On my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Raidenaire, and we are back at it again with another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. We're going to jump right into it today, breeze right on through this. But first, we got to do the housekeeping. So I got the 3 requests for you, the 3 support requests. Request number 1 is that you guys like the video on the way in. Number 2, if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while doing so, hit that bell notification, turn all notifications on. So that way you're notified as soon as these premieres drop first thing in your morning for your morning commute. And last but not least, number 3, share the video. We are working on getting ourselves out into the algorithm, building up the base. We'd like to hit about 500 so I can maybe get a cup of coffee out of this every once in a while. And that's going to be it. Today, we're going to go ahead and jump on into it. I'm going to micro machine myself down. We got Bitcoin sitting at 103.17. With Ethereum still in second place, the number 2 coin, at $3,431.71, which puts us at a Bitcoin dominance of 57.9% and an Ethereum dominance of 11.6%, with gas fees on Ethereum at 0.064 GUI. That's basically free transactions almost, as far as I'm concerned. That's crazy. If you got some stuff you need to move around on Ethereum, now might be the time to do it. Moving along, shout outs to CoinGecko for this wealth of information and intro content for us every episode. Top 3 trending coins we have at number 1, Zcash, at number 2, Allura, and at number 3, Uniswap. Carrying right on. Looking pretty sideways market considering the Bitcoin volatility. The altcoins don't know what to do today. We'll start off with the top 5 gainers, and I hope all of you get the opportunity to be have one of your coins on the top 5 gainer list, as well as the ability to bask in the glory. And I hope it's bigger numbers than today. Starting off with number 1, we have it ranked 593, Lisk, with a gain of 48.8% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, we have at rank 618, Ecomi, with a gain of 44.9% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have it rank 540, Eliza OS, with a gain of 40% even in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have it ranked 295, Nano X, Nano, with a gain of 27.2% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, at number 5, we have it ranked 826, Paparazzi Token, with a gain of 20.3% in the last 24 hours. Now, moving on over to the biggest losers in the last 24 hours. Hopefully, you guys never end up on this list unless one of the 2 is a qualifying statement for you. You are 1 looking to start a position in a token, and this is offering you a good, juicy discount to get started. Number 2, you're dollar cost averaging, and this is giving you a juicy discount. Maybe you dollar cost average a little bit extra to bring down your cost basis. Moving on, at number 1, we have it ranked 520, Allura, with a loss of 66.1% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, we have it ranked 792, Junction, with a loss of 48.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have it ranked 341. We have D-Agent AI, with a loss of 37.7% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have it ranked 836, Divergent Loop, with a loss of 8.0. Live action, 8.3% in the last 24 hours. So that's pumping right now, it looks like. And last but not least, we have a rank 444, lucky number, or with a loss of 26.8% in the last 24 hours. Moving right along, we're going to give the context over in the active portfolio, our bull run portfolio. We are down 5.1% on the day, which gives us a total of being down 27.3% overall. Ugly numbers. We've been getting brutalized in this portfolio. I mean, ugh. I tell you, there's nothing like trying to get rich next Tuesday to get you. Actually, these aren't. I don't even. I think next year I might do. I don't know that I'm going to do a moonshot. It's just not worth the money to gamble with for me anymore. Like after we wind this down, there's going to be plenty of positions that we're getting out of. I think we might have one or two positions that we might throw a little bit of something into the ecosystems that have been giving us something. But I think I'm at a point now to where I just need Bitcoin and Ethereum and a little bit of Chainlink, and I have a little bit of Chainlink, and that's I'm good. I am good. I'm not seeing the value in this versus doing the income portfolio. It's just so much better, which is what we were trying to do with this. It's just crazy. But we're going to go through, see what we got towards the end of this year. I'm trying to eke this out for the blow off top. I'm trying very hard. It is just very abysmally disappointing. But there's a few positions that I'm going to keep, but I don't even need a top 10. I need like 5 moving forward. That's what I think I'm going to have in my active portfolio. Like we're just going to laser focus in on stuff. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So at number 1, we have Solana, SOL. At number 2, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 3, we have Thorwallet DEX, TGT. At number 4, we have Aave, AAVE. At number 5, we have Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Tokens, JLP, always a mouthful. At number 6, we have Radium, RAY. At number 7, we have Injective, INJ. At number 8, we have Superverse, SUPER. At number 9, we have Avalanche, AVAX. And last but not least, at number 10, we have Akash Network, AKT. No major movements because we're really just got the money flowing around here when we do our DeFi cash outs every once in a while. Because it's every once in a while, which is another issue. It's like I get paid every week, like really, really good in comparison. Without being in DeFi, it's crazy. But when we take our payments out, we're just buying more Bitcoin. So since we're buying more Bitcoin, it's like, well, there's not a whole lot to do in regards to messing with stuff. I mean, maybe sometimes we buy some Ethereum. That's about it. But, it's what it is. So that's what we've got there. But we have another portfolio to look at. We have the Bitcoin Standard, and we have to see where we're at there because obviously we have a little stipend that's getting dollar cost averaged. We're down 2.8%, up 10.9%, obviously, because we're buying over 100,000 and we started buying well under 100,000. Balance is currently at $3,516.78, which actually we have a little bit of orange pilling to do out of this account. So that's going to dramatically come down come probably December 1st. So we'll see what we look like at the end of the month going towards the end of the year. But we've been chipping away. We've got our stipend going. We're trying to pay the debt off. So that's the focus at this juncture. So buying Bitcoin really has been on the back burner. We've been buying hefty amounts of our income and putting money into the income portfolio to accelerate those dollars. We did take a stipend off that loan. We bought quite a bit of Bitcoin with that, obviously at higher rates than what we're at now. But it is what it is, it's the Bitcoin Standard. We always got a little bit going in. Now that we're cranking that Cash App even harder, we're going to be making some moves. And then, honestly, we're looking at potentially shifting out of that and, switching over to some bigger pools of money, because we also have our in-home banking pool that we can get at and pay ourselves back all the interest. So these are things that we are looking at, and these are things that we're doing to kind of get ourselves prepared to make those moves. Now, obviously, we're going to have to use the Cash App and roll into that, but the rolling's getting ready to be done because we are going all in on paying this debt off. We're also going to be reinstituting the Bitcoin standard probably this next Cash App pool, because I'm over invested this month. I'm looking up at the calendar and just looking at the amount of money that I've invested. I'm like, ugh. Like, I love it, but I hate it because I'm just well over invested. Like, I'm way more invested than I'm supposed to be. One more month. So starting in December, we'll be turning the spigot back on for the Bitcoin standard, because right now I can't invest I shouldn't be investing any dollars, actually. We should just be paying things off as voraciously as possible, which is what we're getting to. We're getting there. But yeah, so the Bitcoin standard, we're rolling it. Obviously, looking down the road, that is what it is. You don't always buy at a win. Pull me back up. Go ahead and round this out. This is a short and quick one. I wanted to go over, because obviously the topic of the video outside of the crypto portfolio update, which we just got through, is how Bitcoin changes everything. And I can only give this from my perspective of my first entry into Bitcoin and the gradual progression of how it's changed my financial life and my life in general. One of the main things, and the first thing, the big important thing, is it's changed how I look at money, in the sense that before I was in Bitcoin, obviously I was still planning on trying to get rich, strike it big. But I mean, I figured I was just going to work really hard and, keep saving up money, put it in the market, maybe get into some stocks, which I tried, very slow going. And you just get disillusioned after a while, because the law of large numbers just isn't, it's such a big hill to roll up to get to where the law of large numbers is working in your favor. And what that is, it's like where you can look and see a result. So an easy example for me outside of Bitcoin is my high yield investment portfolio, that specific portfolio. Once I got to where I was producing $100, like $100 a week, I'm like, that's noticeable. That's when I started taking it seriously. And now we're at $3,000 a month, give or take. Like, we're around the $3,000 mark. We just did some retconning of the portfolio. We got stopped out of a position. We did some other stuff around there, but we're sitting at about $3,000 a month on average. That's noticeable. I can look and I go, okay, cool. I got an additional $3,000 a month rolling in. I've got more than my take-home pay rolling in most months, especially on the good months. If the market's going hot, oh yeah, we're blasting my take-home pay out of the water. That's a whole additional income that's predominantly being used to pay off debt and pay for my car, which is debt also. But that's noticeable. It gives you that incentive to where you go, when money comes in, I go, I want to put my money there. Why? Because it's doing something. Like, I know, like I'm going, oh, okay. So if I drop another $1,000 in here, that's going to be another almost $100 a week or so. And I can start doing the math on it. Bitcoin was the first thing that changed everything for me, because I had it. And I kind of, when I started trying to get rich next Tuesday, like everybody who comes into this space, like nobody comes over here because of anything besides math. Like, if you get a 10% return versus 150% return, the 150% return's better. It just is. Like, the math is the math. And the prospect of that, like, that actually changed my time horizon for money, because holding on to Bitcoin over a decade that I've been involved in it, like I've seen stuff get less expensive, which is also a good thing. I'm like, hey, like the money that I saved 4 years ago actually is worth more money now because I saved it in Bitcoin. That means stuff comes down in price if I save for it in Bitcoin. Saving for my automobile down payment was saving in Bitcoin. Helped fast track that money. It changed the way that I look at money. It's like I understand that, you don't sell Bitcoin now. Like there's a reason I don't sell it, because at any point in time down the road it's going to be worth more money, which makes it really great for borrowing against, kind of like your house, except for way better, because it goes up in value way more than your house does. It's changed how I look at debt. When I borrow debt now, we have a stipend. I buy some Bitcoin every single time to backstop the debt. I'm like, 10% of this, I'm going to put in Bitcoin. Why? Because further on down the road, if things break bad, as much as I don't like parting ways with Bitcoin, you have a means of last resort that if you're servicing the loan and you're going, hey, I'm looking 5-6 years down the road, something like that, or even for a mortgage, 30 years down the road, you put that 10% in Bitcoin, and next thing you know, like if you need it, like you got at a point where you can just pay your house off that little stipend that's tied to the house. But Bitcoin is a stipend on all my loans that I'm doing moving forward, including the Cash App play, but we're over invested right now, so we're not doing it for the last however many we do over the month of November. But starting back up in December, we pull $1,000, $100 goes into Bitcoin. If we switch it over to in-home banking, it'll be about $2,500, $250 going into Bitcoin every single time. And that's money that I'm borrowing for myself. And when we pay it back, as that pool grows, as the loan that we draw grows, more and more keeps going into Bitcoin, because for me, it's tactical. And that's the way I'm like forcing myself to save something. And it's like, hey, even if you're pulling this out, whatever you're doing with it, if you're taking a loan, one of my standards is 10% of it should be going into Bitcoin. And that's securing, storing away for the future. It's changed how I view time, because I know now, like I'm like, hey, like if I'm saving money, that's actually increasing my time in the future. Like, oh, by the time I need this rainy day fund, this rainy day Bitcoin, this retirement Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, I can I'm going to have more buying power on the back end than what I put into it. Like it actually stores my labor. Because if you're just sitting in dollars, the work that you did yesterday, those dollars are worthless. So your labor, the energy you put out to get those dollars, is actively decaying. And for me, I'm like, that's a disincentivizing thing. Like it just is. It's just like, oh, so like if I just save money, if I just save money, I'm punished. I'm punished for not being a consumer. We all know consumerism's bad. Actually, it's not even that consumerism's bad. It's just wasteful. It's wasteful because like people aren't consuming things that like have intrinsic value moving forward. Like nobody eats a McDonald's sandwich and goes the next day, like, man, I'm really happy I ate that sandwich. I got so much value out of it. Like it's just so much better today. 4 years later, that McDonald's sandwich I had when I was 25 I just got so much value out of that. I can really put that to use today. You can't. It's most likely part of the reason your toes are falling off, because you got diabetes from eating garbage. And we're punished for saving. in the easiest of fashions. Like, they've made it so that it's almost impossible to get a house, and I'm not going to argue that. It's hard. I'm happy I bought when I did, because I made an educated decision and a gamble that if I didn't buy then, I was never going to be able to buy a house. A lot of people are never going to be able to buy houses. That's one of the easiest saving mechanisms that we've had historically. People have built wealth on that foundation. I believe moving forward, that's going to shift. I think people are still going to try to buy houses. Me personally, I like having a relatively stable payment. Like, my rent's not getting jacked up $500 a year every year, or $100 a year every year, because somebody else said, I want more money out of you. My mortgage isn't getting renegotiated in the middle of every year because somebody bought the building and they're like, hey, your contract, we're up in the rent because you don't even get to wait till the end of the year now to have your rent up a couple of $100. We're going to up it today because we just bought this and we want more money out of you. I like the structure of it. I like that I can leverage my home, and I understand a lot of Americans don't actually utilize the equity in their homes, but I'm planning to. It's a phase. There's levels to this. I got some consumer debt to clean up, but it's something that I have. But I also am not pursuing a second home. I'm pursuing a second Bitcoin instead of the second home, because I can leverage the Bitcoin as well, just as easy. And then once I start leveraging that second Bitcoin, I can start. Actually, I just have to get to about $30,000. So $30,000 worth of Bitcoin, we're starting it, and we're going to leverage our way into the second Bitcoin. And then once I get that second Bitcoin, I start leveraging into a third Bitcoin. I can use that Bitcoin to save up for the second property if I want one. It's become the focal point of my financial life. Like, I don't save in anything else. I save in Bitcoin. And it simplifies things. We've been put in a state where we have to gamble in the stock market to beat inflation. If you're saving, and you're saving in anything, I've seen a lot of these videos from the gurus about high yield savings. Talk about a joke. Like, you aren't even remaining flat when it comes to what stuff actually costs. You're going poor slowly. Savings account, high yield savings, trash. I save in Bitcoin. You get in any of my accounts, and most of my checking accounts, if I open an account with the bank, I open 3. I have a checking, I have a savings, and usually I have a high yield savings. $50 in each one of them. I only do it for the efficiency of being able to move around and parse out money so that I can just label the account for whatever I'm using it for at that point in time. So, for instance, right now I have more than $150 in my credit union account because my personal loan gets auto deducted from that account, and I get the cash over there so that I can just move it over a day or two before the payments due. That's the only reason. But having 3 accounts, I also have an account that gets drawn out of for transferring into my brokerages. So that's kind of acting as my primary account. I also have the account that my direct deposit, what I get allocated that isn't auto deducted to go other places, lands, all the accessible cash. And that's where I pay all my bills from. But do I keep money in there to feel good and secure? No, I can get access to any capital that I want within 48 hours. And before that, I have credit. Like, I have plenty of credit. So anything that I need to do, I got the ability to throw that on a card, and I can wait 48 hours to pay it off and get my points. So no, I don't keep money in the bank. That's ridiculous. Like, why would I allow them to go make money with my money when I can also efficiently make money with my money more than what they're paying me? Sprinkle in a little bit of risk, but like, if I need to stash something away to save, I put it in Bitcoin because I don't need it right now. I'm probably not going to need it for a while because I have other apparatus in front that are available. I mean, I have multiple hundreds of dollars in dividends coming in every week, pushing towards 1,000. Like, that would be a nice, comfortable amount of money to have coming in on top of me going to work. Is $1,000 a week. That's a good goal. We get $1,000 a week coming in. Now we can just start machine gunning through these credit cards. But I have regular cash coming in. So at this point, it's like, okay, stashing money away, good idea. That's the reason as we go through the tiers of paying off this debt, one of the things that I'm doing is kicking up what my minimum threshold of buying some Bitcoin is going to be. So we're kicking up the amount of direct deposit that we have going over and just auto purchasing Bitcoin. And honestly, as we move forward, I'm going to start finagling with those numbers because I want more Bitcoin. And as we get to the point, because our goal, one of the things, the shifts that we're going to be making over in 2026, one of my goals for that year is to get to the spot to where I have the majority of my direct deposit. Like, I only want my direct deposit of what I have left of my check to be walking around money. I want to be in a state to where everything's coming out of my brokerage. The majority of the money's going into my brokerage. And at that point, if we're sitting at a state where it's debt free and I'm making $4,000 a month, I'm gonna be buying auto pay into Bitcoin. And that's gonna be, and I can start playing with the numbers on my direct deposit to start ratcheting up my Bitcoin purchases. I don't necessarily want to have to do it manually. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to get to a point to where I'm getting fun money out of my check. It's like, hey, like, here's some money for going out. Like, I need a couple of $100, a few $100. Have some walking around money and have that just be it. Like, the check comes in, it's like, cool. Like, I've already paid off all the credit cards. Cool. Just got a little bit of cash here. Like, that's just what we're going to have. And then I'm going to just start buying a lot of Bitcoin. Like, that's what we're doing after this debt's paid off, is we're going to be buying a lot more Bitcoin, and we'll see those numbers go up, and we'll get back into the swing of things with crypto. I'm going to have a lot of Bitcoin and a lot of Ethereum, apparently. So that's what I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tap in with me down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, because I do read them. I do reply to them, and I do appreciate them. Do not forget on your way out, if you haven't yet, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and share the video. This has been another crypto portfolio update with your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and I'm out.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play it, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.